Hey, how I got through 8th grade. Don't take this as a guide. Seriously, I suck at everything that I did, and I got it out of pure luck. I'm the luck of the Irish. Let's go. In all seriousness, though, I'm only 1/3 Irish, so it's like 1/3 luck of the Irish, and then 2/3 other countries' luck. I don't understand my life. How I got through 8th grade. This video will be split into segments of how I got through each of one of my individual classes and how I got through my personal life. Very first thing, personal life. I was accepted into a film program. I was accepted into a film program at the very beginning of the year, and this was a massive confidence boost for me because I loved it. I met 17 other kids, and they immediately became super close friends. I trust all of them with my life, except for 1 or 2 of them. I'm sorry. I don't want to give out any names, but it was 2 short people, and one of them was Canadian. That has nothing to do with it. I just really didn't trust them. They were bad people. I'm kidding. They weren't bad people. They just didn't think on the same level as I did. That makes it sound like I'm smarter than them, but I wasn't. Seriously, one of them was a lot smarter than me. The other guy, it's not that he's not book smart, it's that he's stupid. Okay. I'm making it worse. Skipping on, because that's a real statement. Anyways, that was a massive that was a massive confidence boost for me. I really found like a home there. It was super fun waking up really early, like at 6 o'clock, and then getting to school and then putting on a show for the entire school to see. The entire school was basically forced to watch an announcement show, which a lot of schools do this, but we had to do it live, so there was a lot of jobs that had to be taken care of, and I really love being the anchor because I'm a super energetic and stupid person, and I want to be an entertainer when I grow up, if you can't tell. Entertainer means a lot of things. It means being a YouTuber, kind of, sometimes being an actor, maybe being a comedy artist, animator, I don't freaking know. Anyways, I really like being in that class. It was fun, and it really got me out there, and I was super energetic, and I was myself in 8th grade again. I hadn't been myself in a long time because my confidence started going after my first girlfriend dumped me. Then that was a massive hit to my ego? No, I wouldn't say ego. My in front of other people. Office reference, get it? I'm not actually like Andy. Please don't associate me with that character. I'd much rather be associated with Jim. Moving on. So else getting through my personal life, I got asked out twice, and then I asked someone else out, and that worked. I refused the other 2 people. Oh gosh. I got asked out once by somebody who I'm really good friends with now, and I offended them so very much, and that's way too complicated to get into right now. But I got asked out once, and I didn't refuse them. I didn't want to refuse them. Somebody else refused them for me, and then they hated me for the rest of the school year until, like, the very end. Halfway through the year, I went on this trip to Nashville, and that was amazing. It was beautiful. It was for a film competition for the film class that I was in, and I asked my girlfriend out there, and she's amazing, and I love her to death. Definitely a lot more than my ex. Demon. But other than that, the other ways I got through my personal life was just by being a stupidly annoying kid. I got to know a lot of people, and I became a meme, because we had to do intros for our little segments on the announcement show, and there was one segment, and it was trivia, and I accepted to be in one of the intros, and I made this really dumb thing, because it was like, okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna say, correct, into this mic, and it'll be super cool for the intro. The kid who made that intro is the second kid that I really don't like. He's Canadian. Don't know why that's important. So anyways, what happened in the intro is I really energetically just said, correct! That was it. That was the end of my life. Everybody in the entire school knew the name Danno as the correct guy. Okay, it sucked. Really, it was dumb. Because every time I walked into a room, because I was a student aide for 2 of the trimesters, I walked into a room and they were like, hey, that's Danno! That's so mean! And it really, really sucked. It was confidence bash to my gut. But then eventually I got used to it, and it actually felt really weird being a star in a demented way. Because I wasn't really a star, I was being made fun of, but it still felt good, okay? It's weird. I got annoyed sometimes, but it was fun. And at the very end of the year, while I was still dating my girlfriend, I am still dating my girlfriend, but at that time I was dating her too, so just... You get it. So I was asked out, and that was weird because I kind of knew that she had the feelings for me the entire time because I remember I wore a necklace one day, this necklace, give me a minute. this necklace, and it's like, why do you wear it inside your shirt? You should wear it outside your shirt. And so I started wearing it outside my shirt. And so then the next day, she came to school with a necklace of her own. And why? That's weird. You don't really copy someone. Okay, that's a little weird, but whatever. And then finally, I don't remember how we got into the conversation, but I accused her of liking somebody else, and she's like, no, the person I like is in our PE class. I'm like, oh, really? Okay, cool. And since I'm a curious guy, I kept on asking and asking, who is it? Who is it? I want to know. I'm curious. Tell me. And then she said, you know what? He's also in our history class and my math class. And I'm like, okay, who's in our history, PE, and math class? And so I went around in circles for a while, and then I realized I'm the only one that's in all three of those classes, which means she obviously had a crush on me. And then afterwards, she admitted it. And then nothing happened. I don't talk to her anymore. Oh gosh. It sounds like a terrible way to end the story, but like, I think we're still on a good level. I didn't offend her, I don't think I offended her, but I don't care. I've got a better one. Ah! Oh, that was a fun noise! How I got through my science class. I lied to my teacher twice. Seriously. I'm a pretty okay actor, and when I go up to a teacher and I'm like, you didn't stamp my thing. What he did is he told us all to put our notebooks on the desk, and if it wasn't on the desk, he would not stamp it. No exceptions. So what I did afterwards is, my book was on the desk, and you didn't stamp it. I was just wondering why. He's like, was your book on the desk? Yeah. I didn't say when it was on the desk. He said, was it on the desk? And I wasn't lying. It was on the desk a millisecond ago, okay, so same thing. I burped. Could you tell? And I lied to him, and that honestly got me through science class. I lied to my teacher about 3 times because I was such a conversationalist that I would always never listen to the directions. But I got an A in the class. That didn't work. Give me a second. How I got through my history class. Honestly, this one was a little weird too. I mean, I did all the homework for all of my classes. That's a must. I didn't do really well on my history test. So I was in all honors, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. But that means that the bar was raised really high. I was used to being in okay classes, not being in honors, strict. Boy, you better pick up your notebook right now or you're getting it. So in that class, I honestly got through it by doing a bunch of extra credit and cheating on the extra credit. How do you cheat on extra credit, you may ask? Well, there was these documentaries in the year that you were supposed to watch for extra credit. They only came on once. And one of them was on Edgar Allan Poe. So I'm like, okay, well, I could just record it and watch it later in the year if I need it. I'll be good. And so later in the year, I realized we switched TV providers, so I didn't have the recording. So what I did instead is I went on Wikipedia, and I was like, Edgar Allan Poe. And then I just copied the Wikipedia page word for word, and I turned it in, and I was like, there is no way this is going to count, and I get it back the next day, and it completely counted. It was for full credit, and I got an A in that class too, by copying down 5 entire Wikipedia pages for 5 different pieces of extra credit, and I got A's through the entire trimester. How does that work? Honestly, that was insane. It's weird that I honestly did that. Like, it's weird that she didn't check it. That's the dumbest part. Why wouldn't you check the extra credit? How I got through my English class. I was a suck-up in my English class. English teachers like me for some reason. Yes, Miss Teacher. Yes, Miss Teacher. I was a suck-up in my English classes. That's the only... When I'm in an English environment with words all around me, for some reason, I just feel like acting like a freaking suck-up. That would have worked in all of my classes. But I didn't want to be a suck-up in all my classes. I want to be a conversationalist in my classes. How I got through my math class. I barely got through that class with a B-. Seriously. I cannot get a C or else I get yelled at like there's no end to the world. But what I did instead was I lied to that teacher too. Seriously. When I went on the Nashville trip, it was a week, and I was supposed to turn in all the homework before, and so the week after she asked me, did you turn in all your homework? No, that's not her voice. Did you turn in all the homework? And then she's got this weird smiley expression, so it's like, did you turn in all the homework? And I was like, yeah, you checked it before I left. Because I remember my brother told me that he had heard her murmuring at her desk because we were in the same math class that year, really luckily, and he heard her murmuring at her desk, "Huh, I didn't fill in Danno's thing. I'm pretty sure I already checked it. Let's just mark him off." And so I was like, okay, so if she thinks that she marked me off, I didn't show her the work, which means I can just tell her that I did it, because I did most of the work, but apparently I forgot to do half of it. So what I did is I told her that I finished it, which was so dumb of me, and I feel idiotic for doing that. But she believed me. I was literally reaching in my folder and grabbing it all out, and she's like, "Oh, wait a minute, you did do it!" I didn't. How I got through my PE class? I didn't. I got a C in that class because I didn't try in PE. I just talked the entire time. I mean, I'm a pretty fast dude, but I hate pacing myself, so I screwed up all the miles. On track, though, I was super good at track. I jumped over the hurdles like no one ever, and I beat them in all the races, like, suck it, Dylan! My elective courses, I aided for 2 of them because I hate public speaking. I will never, ever do public speaking. I mean, I'm good at public speaking, but it's boring. Seriously, look at this photo. This is from public speaking, and I didn't want it, so I dropped out. That was actually the public speaking set thing. Look how many likes it got. And for the first trimester, I had drama. For the second trimester, I aided for drama to get out of public speaking. Then for the third trimester, they put me back in public speaking, so I dropped out and aided for a math class by literally trying to muster up tears at the accountant desk. And I was like, "Please, can you put me in another class? I really want to aid. I'll do anything. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you." Yeah, I can be really convincing as a freaking 13-year-old. I'm 14 now, but I was 13 back then. Anyways, that was my 8th grade year. I was a meme, I laughed at myself a lot, and I cheated in all 4 of my classes except for English. I was good at that. I was good at English, okay? So just shush. That's honestly my 8th grade year, and I can't keep recording because I'm gonna run out of storage any second now. So, did you enjoy the video? If so, yes, leave a like, please. Subscribe because I really want to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of my lifetime. Anyways, goodbye!